This is old creator of StreetStatus, and I'm in the building with ULSTN Media.
Here we go again. Street status necessary. Street status necessary. Street status necessary. Street status necessary.
All right. We got this is ULSTN Media build series platform specifically for independent artists and creators. Got a very, very special guest in the studio with me today. Is a pioneer of St. Louis battle rap, a legend in the game, StreetStatus. Oh, how you feeling, man?
I'm good, man. I'm definitely happy to be here, man. Nice establishment, bro. I've been seeing a lot of shit you've been having going online, and a lot of the guests that you interview, and I'm looking forward to it, bro.
For sure, man. I'm excited that you're here, man. Since it's your first time on the platform, man, what I like to do is kind of start from the beginning and then work our way up to the present. So my first question to you would be, how would you describe your childhood?
Oh shit. I was just talking to my kids kind of like about that. I talked to them about that a lot. My childhood, it was fun. You know, it was definitely fun. But I was in some real rough circumstances and shit like that. So, you know, I had a lot of stress on me at the same time. But it was definitely a rough childhood. I was born in U City. My grandmother, she died when I was 1. So my mom died when I was 1. So my mom like 18, her mom 19, her mom passed. So imagine that, you know what I'm saying? So I was her first child. It's 2, me and my sister Kiva. Her mom passed early, and just think about a 19-year-old really just trying to figure it out, you know, without a parent, which her dad was still alive. But you know, we did a lot of moving and shit. I stayed on probably like every side but the east side, you know what I mean? But I definitely call west side home. But like I figure like the home life was stressful, but I kind of got a vacation from all of that when I went to school, or you know what I'm saying, or when I played sports and shit like for Matthew Dickey and shit like that. That was kind of like my breakaway from all the stressful shit that was going on at the crib. Just like majority of us inner city kids, childhood was, you know, pretty much heavily drug influenced, you know what I'm saying? Like my family was definitely into drugs, from using it to selling it, you know what I mean? So just as a young guy, I remember it like vividly though, you know what I mean? So drug abuse ran wild on both sides of my family too, so.
At that age, you know, seeing those things that you were seeing, did that make you like just wanted to really get out of that type of life?
Yeah, I used to hate that shit, bro. It's just irony is like when people say that they be on some cliche type shit when they use how ironic and shit, but I really hated drugs, you know what I'm saying? I went to a county school and shit, and I remember DARE. I remember the DARE program and shit, and I just remember kind of like I said, school was a vacation for me, and when I went to school, I would be like, yeah, you know, DARE to keep a kid off drugs, you know what I'm saying? But when I went home, it was just like Nino at the quarter, you know what I mean? Like it was just two total different worlds, and I wanted to stay away from that shit so bad. But then socially, I think that, you know, going to Saints and shit like that, you know, the roller skating rink, I think you wanted to have the latest and greatest, you know, clothes on. You didn't want to be a bum. And I think that like, shit, I jumped in the game like right at 13, you know what I mean? Like active.
Hustling.
Yeah, hustling for sure. Shit, I got shot at 13. So Like right away, I got shot and I was hustling good at 13 years of age. So I was just going back to irony, like the irony, and just I didn't want to fuck with drugs, and then boom, it's like a nigga really don't have a change. You have a choice, but like I said, socially, it was like so many people around me doing it. You know what I'm saying? Family already doing it.
Yeah.
You want to be able to provide for yourself where your mom and your parents can't. So the first thing is to go out here and make some money on your own.
Yeah,
so that's really what it was.
It's what you knew.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
So you was trying to do what you knew how to do to take care of yourself.
For sure.
It's understandable, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hell yeah.
What were some of your like musical influences growing up, man?
Oh man, rest in peace, my cousin Tony, man. So my real name's Antonio, but like what my mom and them did, it was like 6 of us. I think all our names is Ant something. Antoine, Anthony, Antonio, Andrew. You know what I'm saying? Somebody is Ann something. So shout out to my big cousin, Tony, man. Rest in peace, man. He's no longer here, but shit. I remember like me getting vividly into rap. Like, of course I knew about like Curtis Blow and all that shit. That shit my mom them used to listen to, Sugar Hill Gang and shit like that. But my cousin Tony, that nigga had the Ghetto Boys, dog. First album on tape. And when I tell you, man, I knew that motherfucker in and out. Every word. And it was like, you know, like cussing and, you know what I mean? So that's like, of course, like NWA and shit like that too, as well. But I think I'm trying to figure out which one of those came out first. Or that's a good fucking question. I'm thinking maybe NWA probably came out at the.
I feel like it's all around the same
time,
though.
But I just know vividly that fucking Ghetto Boys album, man, with Willie D. Face and what's the midget Bushwick Bill. That is when I really said no. Hip hop is a mainstay with me, and I'm gonna say along with this, I'm gonna say one of my partners came to my crib one day, and this when the nigga had the channels at the top and the channels at the bottom like an old school TV, and that nigga had turned my TV on 58, which was the jukebox at the time. It was 51 if you had cable, which was the digital box, but it was 58 if you had the fucking the up and down channel fucking thing. And that listen, when the nigga did it, I was like, nigga, you just got us cable. You know what I'm saying? I was blown, like, but the Ghetto Boys and my partner getting me the jukebox on TV, that was huge impact on my hip hop.
That's what's
for sure.
That's what's up, man.
For
did
sure.
you ever try to rap?
Man, it's so funny, man. Like, I can rap anybody's shit. You know what I'm saying? I can rap anybody's shit, but I don't know if I really never had the nuts to do it myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I've wrote raps and everything, but I still don't think that I could cross over and have the fucking nuts to do it myself. That's really what probably stopped me from rapping, because I've been around nothing but rappers.
Yeah,
my entire life.
I mean, for you to be so, enthralled into, the music industry and rapping specifically, I was like, some people at least they'll try and be like, you know what, I can't even do it. You know what I mean?
Right,
so
right.
I was wondering, did you even attempt to try to do it?
But I did DJ. I bought turntables. Main reason me buying turntables really was just to sample. So I tried making beats and shit before too. So like I said, I've did other elements of hip hop, but I just never was a MC for sure. I never was an MC.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you get started into the music business?
Man, it's so crazy. Like, I wanted to be famous. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, so I'm looking up to like Mace and shit. Like, I'm just really giving you like the time where I'm like, nah, man, it's time for you to jump off into this shit. in some type of capacity.
Was it the More Money, More Problems video?
No, hell no. I think that came after, but I've just been kind of like a East Coast driven guy when it comes to, shit. We was listening to shit like McGruff and, a lot of shit out of Harlem, like early on. And if you know, like, East Coast rap, like McGruffs and the Big L's and, niggas like that, they came before Cam and Mace. So, they kind of, Cam and Mace, them was like an offspring. So Mace was just one of my biggest influences on, I felt like his style was kind of like who I was, you know what I'm saying, at the time. Just flashy, fly, you know what I'm saying, trying to fuck with women, get money. That, like, he kind of embodied, it wasn't so much gangster. Like, Big was always my guy, you know what I'm saying? But Big, he don't match me, you know what I'm saying? He a big nigga. Mace, fly, young little nigga, get a lot of women, young. We about the same age, so that's kind of like really what it was. And with Mace, I was just really trying to, emulate shit that he was doing. And
I got you.
Yeah, so I know I wanted to be something in rap, but it couldn't have been an MC. So I just like, fuck it, I'm gonna start trying to like manage people. You know what I'm saying? Let me get on the business end of it. And I'd say my partner and them, they got some little cousins. Well, no, they around all about the same age, so I'm not gonna call them little cousins. But Kenny Knox, I don't know if you're familiar with them. For sure. But Kenny had been rapping forever in a group called Track Killers, and I think around about 2003 or some shit like that, he was selling his CD in a plastic bag. Man, I never forget that shit. He like, man, just trying to emulate the streets, you know what I'm saying? You serving rocks in plastic bags, so we serving our CD in a plastic bag. And I pulled him to the side. I'm like, listen, man, no, we not gonna do it like this. You know what I'm saying? And I instantly became like a manager from him, of his. No, we gonna dupe these, you know what I'm saying? We gonna get proper graphics, you know what I'm saying? We gonna print up about 200 to 500 of these joints. It was to the point where I was trying to, it was this one CD replication, I can't even think of the name of, but it's here locally, and they used to be taxing for, so I started thinking like, nah, I want to go buy a fucking replicator. You know what I'm saying? I was just always thinking of how could I cut the middleman out. Yeah. And with Kenny, man, we had made huge strides, man. We had posters. Marketing was impeccable at this stage in my life when it comes to promoting the artist or promoting the brand, promoting the group. We had posters all around the city. We had CDs. We even shot a fucking little DVD to go with the CD. Like, I was brainstorming all of this shit, and we even got a couple. I think we went to New York twice. We got 2 Universal meetings and shit because another kid from St. Louis named B. What the hell is this? Be Real. He make beats. He actually made that Hustler's Ambition for 50 Cent. So we had to connect through him. And he got us a couple meetings, but shit never panned out because we was trying to get on through Universal, and they would always just say the whole Nelly was kind of like their flagship artist, and I don't know if he didn't want niggas from the city to be, kind of like come on through Universal if he didn't have a say. So I'm just really guessing, but it never really worked out. The ink could never get, on a contract to where we can really get something worked out. But in the attempts to make it happen for Kenny Knox, like I told you, I always was East Coast driven when it comes to culture. Shit, since the 80s. And at this time, I'm going up there and I'm getting every fucking DVD that I can imagine once I'm taking these New York trips. I'm grabbing Smacks, I'm grabbing Come Ups, All Access, you know what I'm saying? What's French Monster? Cocaine City. I'm grabbing all of these shits. And not only am I grabbing these DVDs, on the back it's saying, if you would like wholesale, contact yada yada yada. So I'm contacting these wholesale suppliers and I'm buying bulk and then I'm bringing them back to the city, and then that's my hustle. You know what I'm saying? I'm making a little hustle. Shit didn't pan out with Kenny, and shit I built the brand StreetStatus. So that's really what it was
during the DVD era.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Did you help organize that F Nelly Day?
Man, listen here. Y'all listen on ULSTN Media today, man. So what happened was MySpace, bro. It's so funny. I just tried to go back and get my MySpace shit because I got so much content and shit on there that I would love to just even revisit that. And I don't know if it's even possible for me to
go back on MySpace.
Yeah, the website is actually active, but the app or whatever, the platform is active. But I think shit, this is like 2006, you know what I'm saying? Some shit. So I don't know. That's like 21 years ago. I don't know if they have the bandwidth like we would to keep all of that shit from back then. So, but I just remember Bishop having an issue with Nelly at the time, and you know, the new St. Louis shit with Huey and shit like that. So I remember Bishop posting, "Hey, at such and such o'clock, we gonna be breaking Nelly CDs and burning anything Nelly influenced." And I was like, shout out to Brooke the Brand. She an A&R for 300 right now at this very moment. But she was a rapper at the time, and me and her used to talk on the daily. And I hit her up. I'm like, damn, well, Bishop is what the hell going on? Bishop about to burn Nelly CDs and shit in front of Vintage Vinyl. And she ended up calling Keywan. And they called me back in like 3 minutes. And they was like, what the hell going on? I'm like, shit, I don't know. So that's why you see all of them pull up at the same time. Okay. Because everyone got wind of it. And at this time, I'm smoking weed crazy. I'm high as shit out there. I got my man Kerm filming everything. Shout out to Kerm, St. Peter's finest. Yeah. And so, yeah, I had nothing to do with. All I did was document it.
Okay, because
all I did was document
all of the action.
No, all I did was document it, and I go back and I look at this shit, and there's a lot of people on there, and yeah, man, it was just funny, man. But the MVP of the whole video is Keywan them auntie, man. Like, she a soldier. I would still love to meet her again to this day. She a soldier. She was holding everything down for Keywan and like she was not gonna let. If anything went down, it was gonna be because of what she done. You know what I mean? So salute to her. But I had nothing to do with.
You was just
arranging it, man. And listen, it's so funny. That's my first time. I think a light bulb went on at that time. You know, because that can kind of be messy. Like for me, like somebody can probably want to fuck me up behind it. But when I tell you, like, I had no problem with the bullshit. Like, if anybody wanted to, like, I had no problem with the bullshit at that time, man. Come one, come all. But I went, that was my first time ever going viral. I was on all the fucking old school websites that Black Planet and realny.net. I was on some shit, man. It went viral, so that kind of really made me figure, like, hold up, this digital game is here to stay.
I mean, because at that particular time, like, that was kind of like that energy. I think, you know, Huey, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm still not clear on what the issue was. You know, God rest his soul, Huey. But it was a thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
With, you know, artists here having an issue with Nelly, you know what I mean? And you was able to capture that whole little joint up at Vintage Vinyl.
Yeah, Bishop asked me a couple times to take that shit down. He's like, man, could you take that shit down? And I don't think that, like, we just talking about documenting history. Yeah. Like, I think with me even looking at that shit, it just shows the growth in me alone. Like even if I'm not looking at everybody else, I'm like, who I was at that time is not who I am now. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't want like history and shit to get erased. He probably got upset at me or whatnot, but I definitely wasn't taking it down because I just feel like it's history. You know what I'm saying? It's St.
no
Louis
reason,
history.
Yeah, it's no reason to get upset for you for documenting it. Now you was in there, you talking mess with everybody else.
Right. Right.
Different story, but just to document it because it's a real thing. That
For sure.
You know what I mean? And you know, with Nelly doing the Cut It Out joint with Pimp C, you know, kind of replying to you know what I mean. A lot of it's a piece of history. Man.
No, for sure.
It's
for
a
sure.
piece of history. How did you get into battle rap?
Man, like I said, it's two kind of levels to that. With me getting those DVDs, I was watching the Murder Mooks, you know what I'm saying? I was watching the T-Rex, Midwest Miles. He was Young Miles at the time. X Factor. I was watching Jay Mills, Saya Castro. I was watching all of these guys. I was even watching. Listen, if you watching this right now, a lot of people don't remember this. This is battle rap was so fucking active at this time on these DVDs. I remember a DVD that I got where two dudes battled, and the prize, whoever won, the prize was a girl. This is real shit. Look, two dudes battled, and the prize was a woman, and whoever won the battle got the girl, and they showed it all. Yes, man. They went from a battle rap DVD to a porno at the same time. But I'm just letting y'all know how deep I was in the DVD game. You know what I mean? Like, so, me just seeing all of those battles, I was a huge fan. I know some of those fucking battles, word for word. Yeah. And also, I used to go to High Point here and there. Like where I'm from, like, it's like oil and water, like gangster rap shit, and then you got High Point, which is like highly cultured. You know what I'm saying? The highly cultured MCs and shit like that. But I would go because it's kind of like it's like right off the west side, you know, on I think that's Clayton Road, if I'm not mistaken. And so I would go, and shit, I remember early on when niggas like Young Ill and Holla and shit, they couldn't even get in. They was too young, so they could only get in when it was time for them to rap. And then when it was time for them to rap, it was over. They had to leave. But Big Will, you know what I'm saying? I've been knowing about this shit for quite some time. And, I mean, been a fan of it for quite some time. And the first battle that I ever threw was in my front yard, but I didn't film it, which is so crazy. Y'all know Buddy Love. It's Friday, right? He do some Friday freestyles and shit on, you know, Buddy. Fuck Buddy the Movement. He off Ridge, he off the West. I had him and a kid named Young Keith. They battled in my front yard. I set it up and everything, but that was my first ever battle and shit. I think that might have been like 04, some shit like that, 05. So I've been fucking around with battle rap, but how we got into battle rap was I was doing those DVDs myself, and I put Verb on one of the DVDs after he battled Spotlight. And something happened with the footage and it didn't quite go out, and I put him on a DVD, and Verb was talking so greasy on the DVD that a lot of niggas, mind you, I had put out like 2,000 DVDs, like through the city, like it was to the point where if you purchase, it's all good, but I was down there giving them away as well too, though. You know what I'm saying? I was just thinking about brand recognition at the time. Yeah. I wasn't so much thinking about the flip. Yeah. And I put Verb on a DVD. He was talking crazy, and a lot of niggas did not like how crazy he was talking, and the shit blew up. This, like I said, to go back to MySpace as well. It blew up, and just like that nigga Verb was like, "Nah, we need to link on some shit. I got an idea." For some battle rap shit. Yeah. But shout out to G Soldier. G Soldier was kind of like already doing the battle rap shit. You know what I'm saying? He got plenty of footage of all old school shit that has never been even released or whatnot. But G Soldier, he was doing that shit even before the Word War shit kicked off.
Okay.
He was definitely doing that, and I like to shout him out because I just like to keep that real history out there. I don't want to kind of like skip over nothing. But G Soldier has plenty of content from a lot of Hitman battles, Young Ill battles, Blaze Up battles, G Soldier battles. I think he even got Verb on there. He has a lot of the MCs early on, even before Word War, StreetStatus ever even kicked off. But I think our first event was probably like 2008 or something like that. Yeah.
Okay, because I don't know why. I guess the one that I really started paying attention to was the Bird and SB joint.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Oh man, we had been doing our thing with the StreetStatus Word War thing. We had been doing like from the Fuck Nelly day shit. I had accumulated a lot of subscribers on my YouTube page, so I had a huge audience already, and we start putting these battles out. And at this time, you got to understand, like Nelly, Chingy, Huey, it's kind of like nursery rhyme rap. You know what I mean? Like they commercial, super commercial. So with the battle shit, it was really showcasing that niggas from St. Louis like really can spit, like really can spit, like real grimy shit. So we was making our mark. Like we were so happy to get 1,000 views at that time. The shit was like 1 million to us. No, for real. And Loaded Lux reached out to Hitman first. He reached out to Hitman, but at the time, Hitman was playing ball at Mineral Area Community College.
Okay.
So he couldn't make the first date. He couldn't make the first date. So he like, hey, I got some more people that battle, which was Verb wasn't even battling at this time. He was just really hosting these events. He never was really battling. And so, like I said, Loaded Lux reached out to Hitman. Hitman said he couldn't do it, but I'm gonna put y'all on to some other people, which was Averb, Young Ill, Remy D.
Okay.
Them three. And dog, that experience is something that I could tell my grandkids because Loaded Lux, you know, he booked us. Like, you gotta understand, niggas is getting booked. So niggas is, we did that on the arm, but we did it for a flight and a hotel. You know what I mean? Yeah, we did it for a flight and a hotel. So at that time, you really think about it like, you know, shit, that's probably like $500 for every, you know, for every single person. We flew out to New York, and the event was supposed to be Head Ice versus Averb, Young Ill versus Goods, and Remy D versus Arsenal. That was supposed to be the lineup. They had one venue before that, and the shit was like sold out. So it was like the fire marshal came and shut the shit down. This is before we even arrived at the venue.
Okay.
The next venue they drove to, they got a whole another venue, and that's when we pulled up. When we pulled up, dog, this is real shit. When we got out the car, them New York niggas said, I can't fucking believe these St. Louis niggas came out here. Like, they was excited, bro, and they was looking at us like some fucking aliens. Like, no, these niggas really came out here, man. This shit, it's about to be on. So, but we going to venue, we hype. We ready for the battles to go down. And the only battle that went down was Tay Rock and 4/5 Focus. They opened up the card, but that's the only battle on the whole event that went down because Loaded Lux didn't have Goods, Arsenal, and Head Ice money.
Oh, so that's why they didn't battle.
So that's exactly why he was on some janky promoted shit. No, it's real shit. Lux, beloved, all of that. Listen, Fast to the Wind, the Ace Train slick and all that slick ass shit. That shit is real. Them niggas is slick. Hey, That nigga Lux did not have them young men funds, bro.
Because Verb and everybody from the Lou wasn't getting paid no way.
No, our payment was the flight and the hotel.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, that was it.
That was it.
No cash.
So the only people else that need to be paid
Was those three guys. And no, that nigga Lux, that nigga was on some Modesto, California shit at the time. Modesto was fine. Hey, they was on some janky promoter shit. And so, but we was like clueless.
Yeah.
So you gotta understand, man. It's like fucking. It's like your old dude, you getting ready for your old dude to pick you up and shit for the weekend, and the nigga never comes. You know what I'm saying? It was a letdown like that, bro. It was a fucking letdown. But when I got on the street, I still had my camera. I had my camera. So I'm like I said, I documented some shit like just the whole way. So I had my camera. And I'm like, listen, something fucking has to go down. We cannot leave New York. Mind you, cold as it is outside right now, it's probably even colder. And we are outside, but I refuse to go like in. Verb was ready to give up. He was like, man, fuck this shit. I'm gone, man. And he kind of like walked back to the Loaded Lux's uncle, who is the person who he had a Tahoe or some shit. He drove us to and from the venue. And Verb was kind of like going back to the truck, and Murder Mook, as you can see, like Murder Mook, T-Rex, all of them like, nah, man, somebody is battle. The St. Louis niggas like, nigga, we'll battle y'all.
Yeah.
We'll battle Mook, we'll battle you. Mook he didn't want that smoke. He was like, what's up, Goods? And that's where the legendary, I got some pussy to give. Yeah, that's where that come from. But the only person that would step up was SB. He's the person that said, I will battle. And I'm going to tell y'all on you listen today, like Remy D stepped up.
Okay.
But you don't see Remy on the footage because Remy kind of like got cold feet. Like, stopped this round early. So I got SB. So I put a Band-Aid on the footage. I got SB. Verb, SB, you know what I'm saying? You don't see Remy.
Hold on, so
talk to me.
SB battle, they had like a round?
Yes, the original start was SB versus Remy, but Remy got like cold between his round, like froze up, like no bullshit, and he couldn't go on. And this nigga Verb, one thing I can say about him, like, he seized that moment. You know what I'm saying? He knew what he had to do for the city, and he came back, and he was ready. It was basically like, it's like a boxing match. It's like you jump in the ring, somebody steal you, like, man, this dude here soft as a motherfucker. Now I'm finna work him. That's kind of like how it was with SB. Verb just in his head knew that SB couldn't fuck with him, so he styled on SB, and it was like 4 different platform cameras out there. I had my shit, and I swear to God, dog, before I got to the crib, so we went to bed, woke up that next morning, jumped on a flight. When I got to the crib, that shit was on World Star, and you already know World Star at that time, that was super viral, and it was over with. STL Battle Rap had. It wasn't just STL battle rap anymore. Now it was national. Yeah. And that's exactly what happened.
Because after that happened, man, it was like a STL versus New York thing.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like they was trying to get their leg back. Yeah.
Them niggas didn't like that shit. They was ready to drop a dime on us, man. I ain't like that shit, man.
I never heard that Lux hustle.
Oh no, that's real shit. Lux ain't had them people money, man. Shout out to Beloved.
So like, how influential was like Q from World Star, man, in those early days of StreetStatus and the whole movement?
Man, shout out to Q, rest in peace, because how influential he was extremely influential, because he put all of our videos up for free 99. at this time they could have got $1,000 a video. You know what I'm saying? So when you really think about World Star, you know what I'm saying? He was putting up those battles, and he was putting up like the STL versus New York. We was going back and forth like on some freestyle shit. That's where you got the Arsenal doing the chicken head and all that shit on Lions Den. No, not Lions Den TV, Blue Collar TV, yeah. On Blue Collar TV and doing all this shit in dissing St. Louis. Then you got us like making our responses and shit. All of that shit was put up for free 99. So Q and World Star is super influential in the stamp that was put on STL Battle Rap, for sure.
Did that help with the next, what was that, Midwest Massacre?
Yeah, hell yeah. It definitely helped because, like, we always knew, like, Smack DVD, and they would have a battle on every DVD, but at this time, like I said, it was transitioning to the digital world, and not so much like DVDs and shit like that. So they had started URL, and the first event was Mav versus T-Rex and them and all of that. That was the first event, kind of like around the same time as the Lions Den event. And then the Midwest Massacre was like that was just our introduction to Smack, our introduction to URL. And that was Young Ill versus Calico. Was it Young Ill versus Calico? Yeah. Young Ill versus Calico, Remy D versus X Factor, Hitman versus Big T, Averb versus Miles, Conceited versus Jesse James. But if you notice on those videos, it's two different venues, but it's the same day. So what happened was Remy crew and Hitman crew had a fight. And then when I don't really want to say no fight, I want to really say like a melee. This shit was a melee, dog. I ain't gonna lie. Like I'm just looking at the whole crowd. Like niggas is banging everywhere, and I'm just sitting and looking like, damn, they straight just fuck this. They fucking up our opportunities out here. But me just being a person who I'm a keep another outlet open. And my cousin, he had a lounge that was downtown called Mishan's. Right now, with this day, it's called the Bismarck, but it's right on the corner of Washington and Market, if I'm not mistaken. Tucker, my bad. Washington and Tucker.
So just so we all clear, this event that is happening right after the joint out in New York, where y'all was out in New York. Y'all doing this Midwest Massacre event, and it's just about to kick off. I guess early in the
No, it kicked off. That's why it's like half the battles are there and half the battles are in a entire new venue.
Okay.
Entirely new venue. Like, but the same day, the same evening, it's just two different venues because Hitman and Remy D.
And you was in collaboration with Smack on this.
For sure. Yeah. That actually, to kind of just rewind to give them more clarity on what was going on when we got back to St. Louis after like Verb had blew with the SB. That's when the Hollow the Don versus Verb and the Rich Dollars versus Hitman, Juzilla versus Scientific event went down.
That was at African?
Yeah, that was African Palace. African Palace is legendary for battle rap. It needs to be a documentary surrounding that alone. But that event went down, and up until that event, it was always World War StreetStatus. I funded that event out of my pocket, and I said, in funding the event, it has to be just a StreetStatus event. Yeah. And that's when I went on. StreetStatus was standing on their own legs when it came to, because at the end of the day, I was shooting all the content, editing all the content and shit anyway. Now I done stepped in the realm where I was now financing these events. And I financed the Midwest Massacre on the Midwest end. So it definitely was in collaboration with URL. They paid No, matter of fact, I paid everybody on the card that was supposed to get paid.
Okay.
It's a few MCs that did not, that did it on an arm, but shout out to Midwest Miles. He always give me props for being the first person to ever pay him for a battle. So up until that day, Midwest Miles was never paid for a battle until
Really?
I gave him money for a battle. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He's always at least once a year or something, he'll come around and
Because
say.
I feel like he had been in some pretty big battles even before that.
But I guess it was just like it was on the street, so it wasn't an event. It wasn't so much organized.
I think they probably would have put some money up or something.
Shit. Nope, he always give me props for that. So yeah,
That's
that
crazy.
venue had T Billy's. That's actually what the venue was at on Page and 170.
So Remy D
Yeah.
and
Hitman.
Crew,
Yeah.
they end up going at it. Y'all gotta relocate.
Yes, sir. So listen, Smacknum packed up everything. Man, we gone. We out here. You St. Louis niggas is crazy. Y'all sick. I'm like, I just pulled them to the side. I say, hey, we can get these other three battles, which would Conceited Jesse James, Hitman Big T, and Averb Miles. I say, no, I have a venue that we can get these other battles. All the people here have to do is drink. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, this venue is closed on a Sunday. God bless the dead, my cousin Michi. I called him up. He said, you damn right I'll open my doors. He opened up his doors and shit, the rest was history. We had those 3 battles and it was up from there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, legendary stuff, man.
Yeah, hell yeah.
How did you end up becoming a scout for URL?
Like URL, man, like they be moving funny and shit. I ain't gonna lie, they be moving funny, man. Like, shout out to Chico though. I ain't gonna do him like that. He was always a good nigga to me. Like Chico, good. Norb's even good.
Norb's not with.
No, he not with them no more. But I'm just saying at the time when he was, he was a partner and whatever was going on. He was cool. Chico was cool. Smack and Beasley on the other hand, they always, I don't know, they just be moving funny. And this at the time they had employed a guy named P, and he stated that he was gonna throw some new shit called the Crucible, and he was coming to St. Louis. Now, mind you, this time I jumped right on YouTube and in the comment section, and I was just like, hey, what you mean you coming to St. Louis? You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody got in touch with me, like, cause the niggas really are just kind of like, we're out there welcome. You know what I'm saying? Nigga just try to barge in on the culture and shit that you created.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To try to, but nah. So I jumped in the comments and I was like, hey, what y'all mean y'all coming to St. Louis? How y'all ain't coming to St. Louis and I ain't got nothing to do with it. Yeah. And that's really what it was. And they ended up giving me a call. He gave me a call and he was like, well, would you like to be a judge? And I told him out of my mouth, I'm like, listen, I'm here to build niggas up. I'm not here to tear niggas down. So I'm not going to say a nigga not good enough to make it. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end, in battle rap, just because a nigga ain't got some token style don't mean that the audience and the fans not going to love him. You know what I'm saying? It's like a hit and miss thing. So a nigga can be whack, but do some shit. He can be whack lyrically, but do some entertaining shit. And everybody will love him. You know what I'm saying? So I just told him I don't want to be a judge because I don't want to have a nigga, you know what I'm saying? I don't want a nigga got a dream of being on URL. I don't want to be the nigga that tell him you ain't good enough to make it. You know, I don't make them type of decision. So he like, well, we already got our scouts. I said, well, shit, make another slot for another scout. And that's how I became one. So
they decided that they was going to do a battle event in St. Louis.
A tryout, yes, sir. Yeah.
They was just going to pull up. And you like, hold up.
Yeah. That type of shit there, like when we don't really be standing on a unified front here in the city, you know what I'm saying? That's the type of shit that people are trying to get off. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I don't really think, and I don't really give a fuck, but I don't think people really give me my props for kind of like putting my foot down on a lot of shit, because it's just our culture, you know what I'm saying? Like, you niggas really ain't have where was you niggas when we started it? You know what I'm saying? So you niggas ain't put the groundwork in with us, you know, like we did. So I just put my foot down on certain shit. No, we ain't going for that. So that's really what that was, man. And that's how I became a scout, which was a cool experience. above all, MVP did his thing out of that, but that's how I became a scout.
What's your relationship with Smack and Beasley and them now?
Oh shit! Like I said, so I give you a scenario. Young Ill and B Magic was supposed to do up until this point. I had a cool relationship with them guys. It was okay, a business relationship, nothing personal. Chico more, me and him more got on some personal shit, but B Magic and Young Ill was supposed to do an event. Long story short, both of them no-showed the event for URL. Beasley put up the hashtag pray for St. Louis shit. I never in my life seen him do some shit like that, playing niggas no-show. So this is on Twitter, Facebook, all this shit, pray for St. Louis, because both of them didn't show up. Despite what both of those guys then made huge strides on the URL platform, both of those guys. He put hashtag pray for St. Louis, and just like in a derogatory type of manner. And I said, fuck URL. You know what I'm saying? That's really what it was. It wasn't a hashtag fuck URL. I said, fuck URL. And from there, it got kind of rocky, but I never, what I wanted him to, in Houston, we had a run-in. He like, man, I need to holler at you. And we had a run-in at the Breakfast Club down in Houston. And he was like, mind you, I'm still going to the events and everything. Like, y'all said, fuck my city. I said, fuck y'all. That's really what it was. And we ended up having a talk.
Was it you and Beasley or you?
It was, oh man, it was crazy. It was me, Beasley, Chico, Smack, Bo Shoe Holly.
So the whole staff.
The whole staff except for Norbs at this time. At this time, Norbs was getting phased out. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But it was definitely Beasley, Chico, and Smack. And nigga Smack, he was on that motherfucker. Yeah, I'm saying, son. Like, that shit that y'all see, like, he not playing. Like, that's how he act. Like, yeah, I'm saying, in a regular, real nigga conversation, he can't even stop being, Queens, get the money and shit. You know what I'm saying? He can't stop being like that. So, we had a conversation now. He was just like, damn, man, why you say fuck URL? I said, why you say fuck my city? You know what I'm saying? We had a conversation for quite some time, so the crucible and shit was kind of like after that. But, you know, I never had after that, it was cool. We just talk like men. But I just want you to know that ain't no saying fuck my city. You know what I'm saying? You ain't finna put this. You think I'm just not gonna say nothing? Nah, fuck y'all too if it's fuck my city. And that's really what it was. So like right now, we don't have no issues or nothing. They probably don't fuck with me like that, but we don't got no smoke. None at all.
Yeah, I mean, I do kind of feel Beasley on being feeling the way, you know, you pay them to show up and they no show, you know what I mean? And they both being from the same city, you know. I can understand him just saying whatever, but you just went all the way in with
yeah, man. It's just like, listen, let's just go back to me putting my foot down for the city, man. If I don't do it, who the fuck gonna do it? You know what I'm saying? And that's really what it was about. And I'm sure they understood, you know what I'm saying? But
how lucrative is battle rap, the industry?
Shit, like if you're a battle rap MC, it could be very lucrative for you. But I don't feel like they hitting all of they paid channels that they can be hitting though. You know what I'm saying? Niggas can be doing merch. Niggas can be doing daily content. Niggas can be getting paid for battles. Niggas could be doing freestyles. Niggas could be getting paid for interviews. I don't think that battle rap MCs have clearly mapped out vision for how they can monetize on all channels. I don't think not one of them. Maybe Hitman. But I still even feel like Hitman might be. But you see Hitman now, he hooping and shit and everything, 1v1, all type of shit. So I may say he monetizing everything, but he still might be leaving a lot of shit on the table. For league owners, oh man, it ain't lucrative at all for a league owner. Not at all. I put my blood, sweat, and tears in this battle rap shit for years, man. It didn't pay me. It didn't pay me in dollars, I would say, but it definitely paid me in other shit like my time. Meaning, like, I jumped off into arts, jumped off into the craft of battle rap, and it kept me from doing dumb shit. Like, shit, most of my friends then went to the penitentiary, federal penitentiary for 10 years, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. So a lot of that, like I said, it didn't pay me in dollars, but it paid me in something else to do besides the dumb shit that I was involved in majority of my life. So
why you think it's so many leagues popping up and stuff then if it's not all that lucrative?
Because it's not lucrative in a business sense, but it's lucrative in a clout sense, and we living in the clout era right now. So who don't want some clout? Who don't want a few extra followers? Who don't want to have Easy to Block Captain come down on a platform and battle? Who don't want to, you know what I mean? Like shit like that. So it's lucrative when it comes to clout, to somebody mentioning you. Niggas rather get paid in mentions and likes and shit these days. You know what I mean? Like it's not business savvy at all. Battle rap is not, because for one, he who get the sponsors though, if you get the sponsors, then to where you can open up your event and nothing but profit after that, then you probably will be able to sustain a healthy business when it comes to battle rap. But niggas is not really doing that, you know what I mean? So niggas is getting paid in clout, likes, mentions,
and that's on
shit
the promoter,
like that.
That's on the promoter end.
That's on the promoter end.
For the actual battle rapper, it's sweet.
Yeah, I wouldn't say sweet, because shit, you still gonna have to go home and be Gary, nigga that work at a call center. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck if you did get paid $4,000 this weekend for a booking. That $4,000 gonna probably come every 2-3 months. You know what I'm saying? Like four or five battles per year for a good artist. So we just talked about, like, man, that's 16 to 20,000 at 4. You know what I mean? So you still gonna have to come home and work for Kelsey's Containers or some shit like that. I don't know. You still got to be your regular self. So I don't know if it's sweet, because it takes a lot of time out your day to rehearse them lines and shit. That shit need to be studied, bro. Comedians get to say the same shit over and over. How many times you went to a mic and show that nigga hit you with the 35, 45, 50? Oh, he do that shit, the crowd go crazy. If a battle rapper come to that motherfucker and he recycling. A nigga gotta be new every time, bro.
I mean, it's a battle. I mean, it's that part understandable. I think that's why a lot of rappers search for that hit record.
Mm-hmm.
You can keep doing that hit record over and over again, but as a battle, like, you can't repeat the classic. You know what I mean? No, real
round
shit. Versus one person and do
real
it against
shit.
another. You can't do that.
Real shit.
But it's understandable, man. Did you have a issue with STL Street Report?
Yeah, I would definitely say that I had an issue with them. Yeah, because I just felt like they came, okay, mind you, Marcus, I didn't mention him. He's like, when we first started, he had a relationship with the African Palace.
Mm-hmm.
So he was getting the venue. Verb was setting up the matches. I was filming and editing and upload on my channel. That's why I still have the battles to this day.
Mm-hmm.
Once Verb came home from the SB battle, he said that he didn't want to do the Word War shit no more. Okay. That's when you see StreetStatus emerge on his own.
Okay.
And with Street Report, they didn't throw events for quite some time, but it was just more of the name.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why did you have to come right behind me and my shit called StreetStatus? I throw battles, and then you come behind and you name your shit Street Report. That was the only issue I had. There's been plenty of battle leagues in St. Louis that I've never had an issue with. I just felt like they was kind of like copying my style. You know what I mean? So That's really what it was. And I don't have an issue with them. I go to street report events. Last time I went to an event, Marcos, he let me in the door scot-free. I totally appreciate it. You know what I mean? So I don't have a problem with them before. I mean, at this moment, not at all. Everything is kosher. Everything is cool. But I do feel like it was friction there for years. But shit, I didn't grow. You know what I mean? To where a lot of that shit don't even bother me. Like, it's like we trying to kind of war over this small ass market or some shit like that. So it's like I'm thinking way bigger than that.
Yeah.
To the point right now I'd be like on some you can have that type shit. I got plans to do, other shit. So that's really what it was, but I have no issues with those guys for sure.
I got you. Why did you have an issue with Whack 100 saying he was gonna squash the beef between Holla and Verb?
I just whack, man. Like he whack. But I felt like it was St. Louis people that could have squashed the beef with them. You know what I'm saying? Cause it just goes back to this platform and audience type of deal. Cause if y'all really want this squash, are y'all trying to make a show of this shit, or y'all really trying to squash it? Because it's motherfuckers who could have got on, y'all could have did this with from the city that could have totally squashed it. So that's really what it was. And I think that Wack just using that shit to propel his.
Yeah.
He just trying to get the battle rap culture to tune into his shit and propel his brand, grow his audience. So that's really all that it was. I think somebody from the city could have did it, you know what I mean? Outside of a fucking Whack 100, for sure.
I mean, you think he was just trying to get whatever little clout?
It's just business.
Business.
Yeah, it's just business.
What do you think about they beef, though? You know what I mean? You've been around them.
I hate that for them.
From the early start of their career, man. Like, have they ever shown, like, any sort of...
Man, it kind of just go back to the same shit, man. We all from St. Louis, and it's like we kind of be fighting over the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I felt like it always been friction with them guys, and they was cool, but they both competitive, and them being competitive made them want to be the best MC in the world, and I think with that. They had to battle each other and all type of shit to be the best MC in the world. Even when they battled each other, which is one of the greatest battles of all time. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? One of the greatest battles of all time. But I even was like, man, ain't no fucking way y'all need to be battling each other, man. Fuck them New York dudes. They trying to put us St. Louis niggas against each other. That's what I was on.
It took me years to get over the fact that they actually battled, bro. I was so upset that it was one of the greatest battles ever. I did as a St. Louis native, man. I did not want to see them go against each other. But man, I was mad. I was really upset behind that, man. I'm like, man, why do y'all got to be a unit? Y'all got, you know what I mean? Like,
they just super competitive, man, and I think that's a reason why they got smoked. But I think a lot of that shit, man. To be honest, man, this fucking internet shit. I think that niggas wouldn't say a lot of shit if you had to walk to the corner store, you had to go to the gas station, and you finna see the man that you talking to, then we not gonna be having this shit. But when you in another city, he in another city, either one of them not even in St. Louis. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Which we very small, so you gonna see a motherfucker that you talking shit about somewhere. I think that's really why it kind of like grew legs and the insults and the lows of where them niggas went and talking about, because I know them niggas was crazy cool with each other. I know them niggas know each other family members. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I know them niggas they done been over each other mama crib or some shit like that. So to see it go there, just for the to showcase to everybody how St. Louis kind of like I hate that. I ain't even gonna lie, I hate that. But at the end of the day, I kind of feel like for both of them, if a motherfucker talking crazy about me, you probably just have to kind of like talk crazy back. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like a gift and a curse, man. Hopefully one day they'll be all right. They'll be all right for sure.
Yeah, only them to know the extent of their relationship, man. I hope they able to resolve it, man, and
For sure.
just, handle that, man. Is it true that you booked New Jersey Twerk for for an event and he didn't show
Oh,
up?
yeah, hell yeah, that's true. Hell yeah, that's true.
What
Yeah,
happened,
they
man?
Man. It's two niggas that did this before. A nigga show up in the city and don't show up to the event. It was crazy. I'm talking about I picked the nigga up from the airport. No, this shit wild, bro. Like, I don't know who these niggas got in touch with. And
You picked Twerk up for the airport?
man, no, my nigga. I picked this nigga up from the airport. We went to a bar. Look, I grabbed my phone. Cause at this time he already had a reputation for no showing and shit. So matter of fact, this is his remake, meaning he was booked before, but he had an excuse why he couldn't make the event. Cool. So this is a remake battle of that when I pick him up. So I grab my phone and shit. I'm jumping the gun. They say you don't count your chickens before they hatch. You hear me? That's a real shit. I'm showcasing a nigga. I'm snapping pictures of the nigga like, yeah, he here in town.
Yeah.
Y'all thought he wasn't gonna show up. Sure as shit stink. Got to the event. Okay, he arrived on a Friday.
Uh-huh.
Booked this hotel, got him in, boom, put him in a room. Saturday, this nigga went out. This nigga went eating, hooked up. These what these battle rap niggas do, because I don't hang with them for real. I'm older than a lot of these niggas, so what they do, I really ain't into. So I dropped him off at the hotel that Saturday. He went out. He texted me like he went to the Oz. In my head, I'm like, oh, you a wild boy. You over there in that Oz. That ain't no, you know what I'm saying? That's a fucking distinct culture over there. So I'm like, okay, but that was a Saturday. He went to Oz, got with some little women and shit, this, that, and the third. And that Sunday, he was supposed to battle Green Ranger, and the nigga sent me a paragraph, said something was going on with his children, yada, 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 this, that, and the third. And the nigga did not show. The nigga did not show, bro. And it was so much shit running through my head. Like, I think that at this time, I'm like, damn, the Beasley them stop him from say, man, don't do that battle or some shit like that. Man, we'll fly you home, or you know what I'm saying?
You can't put that on the other man, though.
Man, no, there be some shit going on. You gotta pay more attention to battle rap, bro. This shit wicked, bro. This shit ain't no.
I don't know. I still.
This shit ain't no.
It's still his responsibility.
Oh no,
you know what I'm
I'm not. But what I'm saying is, times before, like, other leagues have, like, if that's your home league, they'll say they was blocking battles and shit. That's kind of like what I'm saying, blocking battles and doing shit like that.
That's wild though, to show all the way up though, to not come.
Man, but what I'm saying is, you was still here in the city.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't get a flight. You didn't get, like, when you text me, you wasn't back in your city. You was still here. So like I said, it was just a lot of shit went through my mind. The URL sabotaged the joint because a lot of shit like that be going on. Was this nigga not prepared? You know what I'm saying? But he a nigga that don't even prepare anyway. He just show up and battle. Like, he might have a little riddance, but he just show up and battle. Green Ranger, that was like his end game battle. You know what I'm saying? Like, not saying he was gonna stop battle rapping, but just like the biggest fucking matchup that he could have probably garnered at the time, still probably to this day. But so a lot of shit was going through my head because it'd be some funny shit going on in battle rap, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, promise you it do.
How many people have no shows?
Man, I can't even keep count. And
that's part of the
niggas in the city have no shows. St. Louis niggas have no show to battle. Hey, man, St. Louis niggas have no show to battle. So shit, I couldn't. Man, I really have been doing it since 2008. There's nowhere in the world that I could tell you who no show. But I know Twerk did that pull up in the city shit, and then he left. And I mean, he didn't no-show the battle. And Quantum Physics, QP, he did the same thing as well. I told him, get her. He funny as hell. I told him, if he get her, I'm going to pay him his front end. The nigga got her, I paid him his front end, the nigga didn't show up. Promise you, that's exactly how that go. So, he had a battle with Black Ice. Shout out to Black Ice, John Doe, and Ice.
I'm talking about QP from Detroit.
No, QP from Stockton, California. Quantum Physics.
Oh.
It used to be 2P. They used to call themselves half
Oh,
a
okay.
pound. Both of them, 2 QPs. And he had an event. He was on a flyer up in Milwaukee, and I drove up to Milwaukee. And no, you need to holler at me. And they ended up giving me the money and shit. Yeah, they ended up giving me the money that night, but. It's just a lot of shit be going on in battle rap, bro. That no-show shit, that shit is serious, bro. Niggas is really running off with front ends, bro. Like your favorite battle rapper, man. 9 times out of 10, that nigga done ran off with a front end. That's a fact.
That's crazy.
That's a fact. It's like the Wild Wild West with that shit out there, bro.
That's crazy, man. I didn't know y'all leagues was
Yeah,
going through that, man.
for sure.
Dang, I wish certain people I just need more time with, man. But this probably gonna be like my last question to you, bro. Yeah, we gotta do a part 2, man.
It's all good, bro. Yeah. I'll pull up. I promise you I will. I promise.
Who are some of the top St. Louis battle rappers that we should look out for, man?
To this date, man, I'm just gonna go with vets, man. Like Dubby Dub. You feel what I'm saying? I'm gonna go with up and coming EJ Moore, man. He got a lot of shit going on. He battling. He does R&B. He rap. He got a podcast called No Face No Case. I think, like I said, right now, I'm just not looking at niggas as just like being battle rappers, but just being artists in general. Niggas that got other shit that's going on outside of not just kind of like standing on battle rap. And EJ Moore, I'm gonna have to say two kids from the east side, Op Gutter, they brothers, Op Gutter and Antlo. Them 2 up and coming niggas that you definitely gotta pay attention to. Green Ranger always do his shit. D-Boy. Let me see. I'm trying to just think of some other artists. KD, MVP, B-Mac. Mm-hmm. You know, that's kind of like the new wave niggas that's kind of like doing their thing in battle rap. But I must say, though, they just don't have it moving like them first waves, first couple waves, first 2-3 waves of individuals with the battle rap shit had the city behind them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I think they kind of like just moving along, but them first few waves, they had the city behind them. So, them some guys to look out for.
Put your spotlight on them, man, so, you know, we looking out for y'all, man.
For sure.
We looking out for y'all. Again, man, so glad to have you come sit down and talk with us, man. We definitely got to do a part 2 because we ain't have no time. I want to get more into the battle rap business, man. It's a whole lot of...
Hey, I'm here to talk to him about it.
It sounds like it's a whole lot of stuff going on and we don't even know about, man. So... But anyway, man, I appreciate you for coming, man. Anything else you want to plug before we sign off?
Like I say right now, man, Powerhouse Studios, man, over in the Central West End. We got a studio over there. We cutting all deals. It's state-of-the-art equipment over there. We really just trying to build this studio up, man. Please, if you interested in, you know, getting a real home for your sound, come to Powerhouse Studios, man. Shout out No Face No Case podcast, Free Dayo Murder, and shit, that's pretty much it, man. ULSTN Media. It was a great interview. I appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you, bro. We signing out, man.
One.